Hello there. Well, hello, beautiful.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. I recently ate peanut butter, like very recently, so I sound still a little, it's there. I'm here, we're here, it's late, Tim's not here because Tim sucks, but it's okay because he's going to edit this match, and then at the end of the match, I'm going to be like, Tim, you don't suck. Remember before? I didn't mean it. So in 30-ish minutes, Tim, you'll forgive me. But for now, we have a great match going on. We have two 1-0 rookies, Joseph Olivas, Erick Moreno, going up against each other. Both played fantastic in their first match. Joseph, obviously a decorated Melee player, been around dipping his toes into Fandom. Erick, very new on the scene, but had a great, very strong first performance. I'm excited to see these two play. Hopefully you are as well. Let's see what they have to say in the promos.
Okay, so this is very exciting for myself. It also is very nerve-wracking for myself because I know that every step forward is going to be significantly more challenging because the Fandom players here can be pretty insane. And to be honest, I was not expecting Erick to bring horror icons. I thought that was going to be John, but that's okay. I'll do what I can. I wish Erick all the best. Hopefully it's a close game.
Yeah, I love seeing myself in the full screen. I just dig it. Hello there. I wasn't expecting to be back so soon. As I did tell in my last match, I am a very lucky player to be here to earn a victory. I'm afraid that not to be self-effacing or to diminish my my record or anything, but I am known to pick early, like in high school. Like I picked early in middle school and high school, knowledge-wise, and then not that I did bad in college, but it doesn't matter. The point is, I'm afraid it's going to be the same. So it's also nerve-wracking to see like a very accomplished player. I only met Joseph before once. It was a fun match in the Seen and Heard trivia. I believe he won. It's more likely. So, and regarding the strategy and all that, I pick the worst movies you can see, so you can suffer alongside me. That's kind of the fun of Fandom. You gotta watch everything. I'm a completionist at heart, so I watch even the bad movies in the franchise every once in a while, and that's the fun thing about playing Fandom and playing trivia. So it's going to be fun.
Didn't we all peak a little early in one way or another? I'm excited for this match. I think these two guys are great, and I think we're in for a good one. So let's see how it goes. We'll start with round one. Round number one is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, I'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number one?
I have a question. Where did you get that background in your board? That looks fun, Joseph.
It is cool. It's just a poster for the Irishman. That's sick.
Oh, it's
I
just
know.
a magazine. I needed to
Oh, it's
because
Oh, okay. I thought it was a board. Most
Very
players
good.
have a board, but it's okay to use paper. If you win with paper, that's fun.
Awesome, guys. We're going to get into question number one. Question number one is going to come the category of horror icons. Your question is, in which horror icons film will you find a security guard who wants to be a novelist? I'd be a novelist. That sounds fun. Sounds like it takes a lot of discipline, like sit down and do one thing for a long period of time. And I don't have that discipline unless it is watching garbage to amazing films over and over again.
Tell
Five.
me about it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Eric
Halloween H2O 20 years later.
and Joseph.
I just said Halloween H2O.
Halloween H2O, 20 years later, both correct. 1-1. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of YA. In Insurgent, how does Evelyn kill Janine at the end of the film? This was a weird naming convention for these films.
Oh, I hated them so much. I don't know why I pick YA.
These are worse than
I mean,
Twilight.
I think Twilight it's more fun. It's
I agree.
overall better, but
Five.
worse.
4, 3, 2,
I-
1. You think about it, right? Pens down.
Yeah.
We'll go to Joseph
Yeah, I think about it now. I guess it's not that obvious anymore. Shoot her.
and Eric.
I wrote shot her.
Shoots her, shot her. That is correct. 2-2, keeping pace. Let's get to the next
That
question.
ending scene is it's so funny. To be fair.
Next question comes in the category of sci-fi icons. What is the name of the commando with a minigun in Predator, the original?
The commander, you mean like a person?
Name of the character.
Oh, okay, yeah. For a second, I thought you were asking about the name of the gun.
Oh God, no.
Which it kind of has. It kind of has a name.
That's fair. I've not seen Predator enough, but
I saw it recently. That's why I know.
that's wild. No, that I'd say that's maybe more of a title match question. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Eric.
Blaine, as played by Jesse Ventura. Hopefully, it doesn't
And
come
Joseph.
up later.
I know it's Jesse Ventura, but I couldn't remember his name, so I said Sonny.
Blaine is the correct answer. Eric will take the first shot. It's 3-2. Just move to the next question, which comes in the category of criminal underworld. Who plays Mr. Nobody in the Fast and Furious franchise?
I wouldn't know the names. I was studying for another match in another league, so I'm watching the Predators. So that's the only way I knew that.
Makes sense. As far as naming conventions go, this series is the worst of all. And if you watch the pitch meetings for all the movies, he starts out with the same joke of like, so what are we calling this one? It's fantastic. But 4.
There's a funny story about that. I'll tell you later.
1. Pens down. I'll go to Joseph.
Kurt Russell.
And Eric.
And that's Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is correct. Eric leads 4-3. So move to the next question, which comes in the category of mixed bag.
Yeah.
What is the name of the kingdom featured in the Frozen franchise?
So the reason, if it doesn't bother you, Joseph, to me talking, because I rather talk along the match. If it distracts you,
Okay.
tell me about it. It keeps me. As I was going to say, that apparently Roger Corman has the rights to the Fast and Furious naming, so that's why they can call it Fast and Furious 2, Fast and Furious 3. Go ahead.
4,
I'll tell you more
3,
about it.
2. That's so funny. 1. Pens down. We will go to Eric, I think.
Sure. Arendelle. I'm not sure about the spelling, but Arendelle.
And Joseph.
I'm also not sure about spelling, but Arendelle.
Good enough for me. Arendelle is correct. Point apiece. So move to the next question, which comes in the category of Pixar. In which Pixar film will you find a sport called airball? Yeah.
So yeah, that's the reason why they can call it. It might not be right, but I'm pretty sure about the source in Twitter. I refuse to call it X. It's not X.
That's fair.
A Roger Corman movie. They are quite.
I wish I could make 10 movies in a row and I would just name them absolutely.
I will be happy doing that. I will be not doing Fast and Furious movies, but Roger Corman like movies.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Joseph.
Elemental.
And Eric.
For a second, I forgot about the name Elemental, but then I remember.
Elemental is correct. Still keeping pace here as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of Star Trek. Who composed the score for Star Trek Beyond? I recently watched the film Click, which, as you know, takes place basically in the Beyond section. And apparently, Christopher Walken is the Emperor of Space as well.
Return from retirement. I'm very Dune peeled. Not that I didn't take seriously this match, Joseph. I just kind of want to keep loving movies, so I gotta watch an Insurgent movie and then Dune, then Allegiant and Dune again.
One of those is better than the other one. We'll go to, I think, Eric.
I don't know, Michael Giacchino.
And Joseph.
Good stuff.
I also said Michael Giacchino.
Michael Giacchino is correct. We are trading blows here as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of creature features. What is the first name of the photographer brought along on the Site B investigation in the Lost World, Jurassic Park?
Yeah, you gotta love the Lost World. Not.
Yeah, I named.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I named the earlier Fandom seasons the Lost World because it was just the Wild West back then. There was really no order in any of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Joseph.
I don't remember. I said Lars.
And Eric.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name. I put Jack.
Both incorrect because the answer was right in front of you. It's Nick.
That's fine.
Sorry, Nick.
No, it's okay.
The challenge is a trick question. I don't accept it. No, I'm kidding.
All right, no more breakdowns as we move to our penultimate question, which comes in the category of Star Wars. What item does Rey find in Maz Kanata's castle in Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens?
How specific?
Pretty general will be fine.
Okay.
So this is where the peanut butter was. It's part of an acai bowl that has since melted. Now it's more like soup.
About the question where the answer was Nick, I once wrote a question for another trivia match where the answer was Joseph, about a character whose name was Joseph.
It's fun, right? little
question about the Bible.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Eric.
A lightsaber.
And Joseph.
A lightsaber.
Lightsaber is correct. Still a 1-point game, 8-7 going into the final question in round number 1, which comes in the category of the Wizarding World. What is the name of the man who gives Harry his first wand in the Harry Potter franchise?
Will this last name be all right?
Yep, absolutely. Speaking of wands, I have a lot right in this general area. But
It's
I think
very
some
hard to like the Wizarding World right now.
Some of them say the answer on them, so I'm actually not going to show you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Joseph.
Ollivander.
And Eric.
I need to watch those again, Mr. Hurt. I said,
Ollivander is correct, and with that, at the buzzer, Joseph ties the game. 8-8. We are tied. Moving into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 is going to work. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 Fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what to spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down to multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. Be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are Pixar, James Bond, Epic Adventures, Star Trek, Horror Icons, Wizarding World, YA, and Sci-Fi Icons. With that being said, we are tied, but Eric, you are the higher ranked. Would you like to spin first or defer?
I hate being in this position to take decisions. Let's go second. Why not?
All right, then, Joseph, this will be your first spin. And it's on Epic Adventures. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'll keep it, please.
All righty, you got it. Joseph, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Epic Adventures. Are you prepared for them?
I hope so.
All right, your first question. Which Epic Adventures film features the Sankara Stones?
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. Which Middle-earth actor also provides the voice for the Witch King of Angmar in The Fellowship of the Ring?
I don't remember this one. Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, John Rhys Davies, B, John Noble, C, Andy Serkis, or D, Christopher Lee?
Christopher Lee.
That is incorrect. Eric, chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A, John Rhys Davies, B, John Noble, C, Andy Serkis, or D, Christopher Lee.
Which game? Let's go B, John Noble.
That is unfortunately also incorrect. We're looking for C,
John
Andy
Rhys.
Serkis.
Oh, never
Really?
mind.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, I didn't know he wasn't that one.
I didn't know.
All right, Joseph, we'll move to your next question. In the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, how does the White Witch ceremoniously kill Aslan before he comes back to life?
She stabs him.
That is correct for 2 points.
That's exactly what I pictured. Like, that's I would have got it that like that.
Joseph, your penultimate question. In Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, the fountain ritual requires 2 chalices made of what material?
Silver.
That is correct for 2 points.
Oh, nice, good job.
All right, and Joseph, your final question in Epic Adventures. In Return of the King, Faramir's body is brought back by his horse after charging Osgiliath, revealing he has injuries from what kind of weapon?
Arrows.
And that is correct for 2 more points. In the end of Joseph's round number 2, he gets his score up to 16. Eric still at 8. So we will bring back the wheel.
I brought myself very bad luck.
Eric, this will be your first spin.
Not to throw the salt on me. I'll tell you why.
And it lands on horror icons.
Yeah, give it to me.
You got it.
I was going to say this is exact the same score at this time at my last match, but backwards, of course.
All right, Eric, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of horror icons. Are you prepared for them?
Sure.
Your first question. Which Halloween film features the quote, "It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the horror-thon, followed by the big giveaway"?
You don't need the whole title, right? Can I give you the...
Subtitles are acceptable.
Man, why am I asking? Halloween 3, Season of the Witch? I don't have to write anything. Why am I asking?
That is correct for 2 points.
Yeah, sorry for being dumb.
You're good. No worries. Your next question. How many Friday the 13th films does Corey Feldman appear in?
Not including archival footage, 2.
2 is correct for 2 points.
Oh, no.
Oh, hello?
Hello? Did you hear me say 2?
Yes.
I
don't know if you were
correct?
just holding it there or if you froze it.
I was still practicing.
2 is correct. So Eric will move to your next question. What is the first name of the Dream Warrior who is a recovering drug addict in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors?
Oh, crap. Names. Yeah, I hate names. Just, I think I have an idea about multiple choice because I just saw.
Your multiple
about
choice
this.
options are: is it A, Liz, B, Jenna, C, Taryn, or D, Danny?
See, Terran.
C is correct for 1 point.
No, I knew, but I didn't knew right. Like I knew the beginning of the name.
I
Like,
got you.
how does
Your
it end? I
penultimate
was going to say
question.
Terra, and then no, it's not Terra.
Your penultimate question, Eric.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the name of the camp that is the setting for the original Friday the 13th?
Camp Crystal Lake.
That is correct for 2 points. And Eric, your final question. What specific type of vehicle does Michael use to get to Laurie's house for the final showdown in Halloween 2018?
Ouch. Oh, 2018? Oh. What specific? Kind of vehicles he use.
5, 4.
No, multiple choice because I'm not sure.
All right. Your multiple choice options are: is it A, school bus, B, police car, C, fire truck, or D, garbage truck?
Police car?
And that is correct for 1 more point.
Should
Tie game.
I hate
And the
myself.
sweep
I was
of
going to say
her
police car,
hand.
but I wasn't sure.
We are tied once
did-
again. It is 16 all going into the final round. Round number 3 is going to work like this. It's the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom fights. Once the players hit the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3?
Sorry for being annoying. That's all.
You're being annoying. All right, your first
Yeah.
category you have points on is Disney animation. Let's get bets starting with Eric.
Why not bet 2?
And
It
Joseph.
doesn't backfire.
Why not bet 2 points?
All right, your question at Disney animation. Which Disney animated film features a main villain named Robert Callahan, a former professor? I am neither a main villain nor am I a former professor, but my story is not yet over.
Oh.
5, 4. Which way could it go? 3,
Yeah,
2,
let's see.
1. Pens down. We'll go to Eric
Big Hero 6.
and Joseph.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6 is correct. 2 points apiece. Still tied at 18. Moving into the next category. And that category is mixed bag. Let's get bets starting with Joseph.
Why not bet 1 point?
All right. And Eric.
1 point.
All right. Your question in mixed bag. Who plays Dr. Wu throughout the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World series?
Oh, no.
Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Joseph.
You should read about how this guy was discovered. BD Wong.
And
That's his
Eric.
name. No, Daniel Day Kim. Just to put a guess because I knew it is correct.
BD Wong is the correct answer. So Joseph will gain 1 point. Eric will lose 1 point. It's now a 2-point game, 19-17. As we get to the next category, players can have points on. That category is the Wizarding World. Let's get bets starting with Eric.
Bet 1 point.
And Joseph.
Also 1 point.
All right, here we go. Your question in the Wizarding World. Which character is a Legilimens in the Fantastic Beasts series? Yeah. This happened to me once. I was playing a match, and it was round 5 because it was a title match, and I was very excited. I was like, "Ooh, Wizarding World, great! I can put this away." And then I also got a Fantastic Beasts question, so now I pay it forward to ruin everyone
Those are the
else's
bad movies I tend to avoid.
everyone else's good time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Eric
This is not her name. I put Bonnie.
and Joseph.
I didn't mind the first one. I said Queenie.
That's what I meant.
Queenie is the correct answer. With that, Joseph will widen the lead, get 1 point. Eric will lose another point. It's now a 4-point game. 20 to 16. Tallies are
That
really
question word.
Tallies are really hard sometimes. 20 to
you're good.
16. 2 questions remaining. The penultimate category that you can bet points on is YA. Let's get bets, starting with Joseph.
I'm gonna go safe and say 0 points.
And Eric.
That's a smart play. I got a bet too.
All righty. Your question in the category of YA. How is Snow's friend Sejanus executed in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? The Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
This is a weird caveat to have because I'm a big glad I didn't rewatch it. Like I really like it, but I should have watched I don't know, The Wizard World again.
That's fair. I liked 2/3 of this film. I like 2/3 of this film very much, quite frankly. 5,
like 3/4. No,
4,
okay.
3.
I do like it. I do like it.
1. Pens down. We'll go to Joseph, who bet 0.
Hanging.
And Eric.
Hang, which is not the correct way to put it in past tense, but sure.
Hanged, hung is correct. Hanging. Eric hits that, stays alive, makes it a 2-point game once again, going into the final question. That final question will come in the category of the MCU. Let's get bets, starting with Eric.
I got a bet 2 again.
And Joseph.
Oh, my dog.
I'll put 1 point.
1 point. All right, here's the
That's
sitch.
smart man.
Both players hit, both players miss. Joseph is the winner. If Eric hits while Joseph misses, Eric will be the winner. So, your question in the category of the MCU. In Avengers Age of Ultron, who fights Ultron hand-to-hand on top of a moving semi-truck? That is a magnificent canine.
Thank you. She's here for emotional support, not to give answers.
That's fair.
She could sense. Oh, he's nervous now. She knows how to open the door. That's like she's a clever girl. In another movie they will say that.
2, 1. Yep, I see. Joseph's first repeat. The question again. In Avengers: Age of Ultron, who fights Ultron hand to hand on top of a moving semi-truck? Tim has a pup, and that pup sucks. I hear.
Oh.
I hear from others. I don't think that. I would never say such a thing.
How would you know?
Tim,
unless you have been in case you cannot know by perspective alone.
Tim's daughter tells me all the time that
you can believe her then.
the pup sucks. 5, 4.
Kids don't often lie about dogs.
2, 1. Pens down.
Let's
All
repeat that again, please.
Oh. Okay, I think Joseph is on a bit of a delay, so we're
Did you
going to
hear
give
me say
you
Go ahead.
Yep, Joseph, I think you're on a bit of a delay.
I've been
We're going to
delayed,
keep going. So the question again. In Avengers Age of Ultron, who fights Ultron hand-to-hand on top of a moving semi-truck?
Oh, there's my other dog. Can you hear my other dog?
I cannot hear your other dog.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
I think Joseph just snapped back to real time, so that's good.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joseph is good. All right, great. We're going to get bets, starting with Eric. Or not bets, answers.
bets.
Give me your answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't I already do that?
You did that.
I,
It's
I wrote Steve Rogers, which yeah,
and Joseph.
I said Captain America.
which is the same thing.
And your winner, Joseph Olivas.
Nice.
Steve Rogers, Captain America was indeed the
Yeah.
correct answer, and that puts a cap on a fantastic match. Both these players were 1-0 coming in. Most people can be 1-0. Half the rookies that debut will be 1-0 at some point, but I think these two just proved that they are a deserved 1-0. They are going to be good rookies with good fandom careers going forward. That was a heck of a match. Tied out of round 1, tied out of round 2. The strategy in round 3 really played into the final outcome. So that was awesome to be a part of. Fantastic match. Let's see how the players are feeling about it in the post-match interviews. Starting with our unfortunate second place finisher, Erick. Erick, you did fantastic. You swept your round 2 category. Yeah, you did. Horror, and nobody likes that one. So that's fantastic. That's a good trick to have up your sleeve. And then, yeah, it really just came down to round 3. You two were sort of going pound for pound. I don't know how you and Joseph seem rather cordial with each other, but like this feels to me how like rivalries start. I very much could see you and Joseph having great fandom career, like going forward. You coming back from this loss and getting a bunch of wins, and then seeing Joseph in a second match. That's the caliber that you two brought to this match. How are you feeling about the match today, even though it didn't quite go your way?
I mean, I play with my heart on my sleeve. If my sleeve goes over here, but whatever. Like if I had a manager, they probably would say, "Hey, relax, don't give it too much away." But I don't play like that. It's probably I would be more nervous if I was trying to play it cool, which I'm not really fun to do that. No, I don't. It was more competitive than I thought it was going to be on my end because I know Joseph is a machine. Like he's a multiple time champion in most other leagues. He's just starting here, same as I, and it just I don't know, man. I don't really like J.K. Rowling right now, so I got no incentive to watch those movies again. Those
fair.
cost me, and then most of all, in spite of the betting round, I gotta trust my 2 round. Like it would have been like tied right now. We would still be in sudden death if I had just said police car out of the way because that was my gut reaction, and then I overthought it, and that actually happened to me in the tag team match I had alongside Brian. That I had a lot of epic adventures like right out of the gate, but I second guessed myself. Oh, maybe not. And then oh no, yeah, checking the multiple choice. Now it definitely was that. Why did I go to multiple? And yeah, no, it was a hell of a match. Like I'm really glad Joseph managed to. Not that I'm glad that I lost, but in a way I am. It's a blessing in disguise because I get the chance to watch the movies I haven't seen. Once I get to watch, because I check the letterbox list and I am. Close to 70% of the movies there, and not because of trying to do, because I tend to like I said at the beginning, I try to complete the whole saga. That's why I know well enough the horror icons. Like I watch the whole all the bad movies. Same with YA. Hopefully Joseph wasn't too annoyed and wants to give this match another try. I know he will come back with a vengeance even if he won. Like I will try to do that, but most of all, I'm glad to have fun and play well enough to have a fun match. So thanks for having me.
Well, it sounds like you've got something that 90% of fandom players don't have, and that's a willingness to watch the crap. So that's definitely a good first step. Erick, you're 1-1 now. We will be seeing you again very soon. We have 2 5-way play-ins this year going into the summer tournament. Normally we have 1. This year we're doing 2. Only the winners of these play-ins will make it into the tournament. You will be in the 5-way play-in that will determine the 16 seed. So you'll be going up against 4 other people, and if you win, you'll be the 16 seed in the tournament, 2-1, possibly to upset the number 1 seed. Thoughts about facing 4 other people at once?
I mean, if I got Joseph Olivas on the ropes, like I will guess people won't won't doubt I doubt myself more than other people doubt me. But I was going to complain at the beginning, like, why are you putting me, a rookie player, against melee players of the year like John Marr and Joseph Olivas? What are you doing to me? You want to run me out of this league?
It was either that or it was either that or have you play your teammate right away. I didn't want to make you do that either.
That also would up because I really like Brian, and I know for a fact he's a really good player. I haven't seen his match. It isn't up yet by the time we record this, probably. But
Right.
sure. And then if I somehow manage to win that fight, where you're going to put me against the number 1 seed, like, come on.
I
You're
believe in you.
making trying to make like a rookie of the year or comeback player of the year thing out of me. And I love storylines. I love wrestling. That's why I mostly play here and there and the wrestling trivias. Shout out to the wrestling trivias. I love the storylines. That's I'm sorry if I'm keeping it you too long. Like, just to like, I had the chance to fight John Moore for the horror title. It was a very bad decision, but I won the number 1 contender out of that. And I had to pick between Jeremy Adams, who's also a really good player, and then John Moore in the horror. And sure, why not John Moore? And then mostly because I really like wrestling. And then that would be great. I eliminated him to win my number 1 contendership match. Why not face him again? I did lose that match, by the way.
That's fair. Well, Erick, I like the story you are starting for yourself. I'm excited to see you in the 5-way. And yeah, it's going to be a good time, especially if you play like you did in your last 2 matches. It's going to be great. So, Erick, thanks a lot. Congrats on a match well played, and we'll see you real soon.
Yep.
Bringing in our winner today, Joseph Olivas. Joseph, you came in the slight underdog just based on accuracy of 1 match that you and Erick played. But I don't know that you could go into into a setting with the word trivia in it and necessarily be an underdog. I don't know if that's possible for you based on the accolades you've built up at this point in time. You're now 2-0. Definitely a good thing to start your rookie career out. And you beat 2 very good players, both halves of Where Mary Poppins, y'all. That's Erick and Brian's team name. You beat both of them, and they're both proving themselves to be very good. So 2-0, heck of a run so far. How are you feeling about it?
Okay, so I consider myself a melee player before Fandom, so put me in a match against not that I'm gonna be in one anytime soon, but like put me in a match against like Cameron Holtzman or Caleb Coco, I would definitely be an underdog in regards to Fandom trivia. But I am floored at how this match went. I thought I got really lucky in my first game, but here the wheel was very kind to both me and Erick, giving us 2 strengths of ours, and I felt good about that because I think it makes it for a more interesting match, being able to answer as many questions as we could, and it's also good for us knowing that we can answer these. I like being able to show that to myself that if it's Fandom focused, I can also do it that way. I was sweating at the end there. I almost, after YA studying, I considered like betting 1 point, especially because I had a 4-point lead. Had I bet 1 point and gotten it right, then I would have ended the match. But I did not finish studying all the YA films, so I was a little worried that it was going to be like a 50-50 shot. And then Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes happens, and I'm like, I could have won here. So I wanted to use a little bit more time to be calm and collected for the last MCU question, and I'm glad I did.
And that's good. Joseph, you may not have been in Fandom before, but that's something you bring with you that other new players may not have, is you've already done strategy. You've already contended for titles and like had to do strategy on that level. So that's definitely a leg up you have against other opponents. And you're going to need that leg up because I just told Erick that he's playing in a 5-way. You're finding yourself in a 5-way as well. You will be in the 5-way that will determine the 15 seed. If you can win, you'll go into the tournament at 3-0, face off against the number 2 seed. See what you can do. I think you will be a very atypical 15 seed, meaning like the number 2 seed's expected to win, and I think that would be a much closer match than people would think. That's if you can win the 5-way. How are you feeling about going up against 4 other people?
I like the idea. I actually made my Warzone, Melee, but previously when it was Warzone singles debut, the first time I played in a Warzone singles match was in a 4-way, and I ended up winning that match because it was in Game of Factions. Maybe that's what I need to like be able to strategize better in
Sure.
amongst more players. The more players there are, I don't know. It also depends. It also absolutely depends on the people that are playing, because there are people here, like I mentioned, that downright scare me with scared of them. So like, I will be doing my best to catch up on other movies that I plan to watch, and may the odds be ever in my favor, to quote another YA film.
Indeed. Well said, Joseph. I think you are making quite the name for yourself in fandom, and I look forward to seeing you in that 5-way. So congrats on the win. We'll see you real soon. And that'll wrap us up with this very great fandom match. Two very good players. I will be watching their futures closely and with great interest, because I think they both have shown that they're going to be pretty damn good at this. So I'm excited. Hopefully you are too. Thank you for checking out this match. Thank you to Joseph. Thank you to Eric. Thank you to Tim for editing this one. Tim, I'm sorry I said you sucked at the beginning of this match. I told you I would apologize later, and here it is. Sorry. But be sure to check out all the other exciting matches going on around these parts. Fandom Fights. Bye-bye.